So, how many Premier League points do you need to stay in the Premier League itself? Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we're talking about the Premier League and what it takes to survive in the Premier League. How many points you need. We'll be looking at the history of the Premier League over the last 10-12 seasons, getting a sample size, looking at this season and seeing how many points I reckon you need to stay in the Premier League itself. Before we go anywhere, do make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Do subscribe as well. Guys, if you have missed it, we are bringing a predictions league to the channel very soon. If you want to get involved, if you want to get your weekly predictions in and be featured on the channel, sign up to one of the Patreons using the link to the Patreon down below. It's a fantastic opportunity for you guys to support the channel and get involved. We'll be starting it for the World Cup, where you just get your predictions down in the comments of the predictions videos, and we'll also be doing it for the Premier League and Championship as well. And in each predictions video, I was showing you the predictions table and seeing who's doing the best for predictions. So if you want to be involved, sign up to the Patreon down below. It is only a small fee to sign up and it supports myself and Sophie financially and this channel. Today's video idea was actually thought up while I was using the app of the sponsor OneFootball. Download the link down in the description if you want to join OneFootball, guys. It's free to download and they've got so much football information and news and stats and all that kind of stuff which inspires some of these videos. So if you enjoy this kind of content, you'll enjoy OneFootball. The link to them is down in the description. Like I say, it's free to download them as well. They've got so much information. They stream a game there every Saturday night, which is Serie A. And like I say, Premier League stats and information over there as well. So if you want to get involved with all that, download the link down below for OneFootball. Thank you to them for sponsoring us. On to today's video itself then, guys. I think we're all in agreement looking at the Premier League table so far this season. This could be one hell of a relegation battle. I've seen lots of people commenting down below on how fascinating it is. Ultimately, Liverpool in 9th place are only 5 points above the bottom three. Nottingham Forest in 20th place are only 3 points from safety. So that goes to show the nature of how congested this Premier League table is and that no one in that bottom half is safe. Let's talk about what it takes to get to safety. Looking at the last 12 seasons, what does it take to get over that dotted line? So then this table to the side of me is a breakdown of the last 12 Premier League seasons and how many points each team has finished on that's finished 17th or 18th. The two places either side of that dotted line, like I say, over the last 12 seasons. And obviously what's quite interesting about it is it changes each year. Sometimes there's a really close relegation battle, sometimes there isn't. Starting off with the 2010-11 season, that was the highest tide we've seen over the last 12 years, where a team with 39 points got relegated. It was a crazy final day battle, that one, where 5 teams were all involved in that final day. I think it was Birmingham City who finished 18th, agonisingly going down with 39 points. As you'll see though, as we go down, 39 points is more often going to get you safety than relegated. The season after in 2011-12, 37 was just enough over 36 points to survive. In 2012-13, 39 was just enough over 36, and you can see there's always a point or two between them. No side has gone down on goal difference over the last 12 years. There's been some real close finishes, and there's also been some big gaps, like in the 2020-21 season, where there was an 11-point gap between 17th and 18th. Now, for a long time now, people have said 40 points is what you need to survive in the Premier League. Yes, they're not wrong, but as you can see, apart from that first season there, every other season, 39 or 38 points would have been enough. Even in the 2015-16 season, 37 points seems like quite a high bar to go down with. I think what it is that's changed over 10, 15, 20, even 30 years in the Premier League is, first of all, the league got smaller. It used to have 22 teams, got cut down to 20, obviously less games, therefore less points. And the quality at the top has strengthened so much that teams like Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool don't dish out enough points to the bottom teams. Now, the tricky thing with trying to measure what's enough to stay in the Premier League is, do you look at the team that finished 17th and say that's what we have to get, or do you look at the team in 18th and say we just have to get a point more than them? It's a tricky one. So what I thought we could do is look at the averages over the last 12 seasons, and as you can see, 37.75 points is what 17th place has picked up on average over the 12 years, and 34.5 is what 18th place has accumulated. Obviously you can't end on a decimal point, so we'll have to round up 17th place and say 38 points is pretty much the average to survive. But like I say, there's plenty of seasons where 36 and even 35 has been enough. I think even going back a bit further, West Bromwich Albion managed to survive with 34 points back in 2005. So then, on to this season. What do I predict to be enough to survive this season? Well, one thing that's quite interesting is, at the moment, there isn't a side getting cut adrift. Maybe that's because we're quite early on in the season. So, like I say, bottom side Forest is still only 3 points from 17th place. So what it could mean is we get a high tide with no teams really standing out at the bottom. Everyone's going to be bunched up. At the moment, all of the bottom 5 are under a point per game, so I think 38 points would be more than enough to survive. I'm going to go as far as to say 36 points is going to be enough to survive this season. I think there's going to be a close battle at the end between any of the teams. Could be Forest, Bournemouth, Southampton, Leeds, Wolves, Villa. There's so many teams down there, and I think one team could go down with 35 points. I think 36 should be enough, 38 definitely. I'd be surprised if anyone went down with a point per game. It's also worth mentioning, with this season being so tight down the bottom, goal difference could be a factor for the first time in a long time in determining who goes down. So as much as points are the priority, I think all of the bottom 6 have got to be mindful of their goal difference with how tight it is down there, especially in the second half of the season. So then, what are your thoughts? How about you predict how many points will be enough to stay up? Do one better and tell me which 3 teams will go down and with how many points in the comments. Let me know if you've enjoyed this video, guys. Do make sure to drop a like, do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you to those of you guys that have made it to the end of today's video. We've got enough time to explain to you how this brand new exciting predictions league is going to work. So then, as I said, down below there is a link to the Patreon where you can sign up to one of these 3 categories. Obviously you don't have to, but if you do, you financially support me and you will be entered into the predictions league, which I am just starting to build here. Like I say, we've got myself, Sophie, and the 12 Patreons already involved, and how this is going to work is I'll obviously be keeping abreast of all of your predictions every week in the predictions videos, as I say, starting with the World Cup, and I'll be adding that to the table and we'll see who comes out on top of the predictions through the World Cup. Like I say, it's a bit of fun, so if you sign up to one of these 3 patrons, you will certainly be involved in this table. We'll be including it at the end of every weekly predictions video, like I say, for the World Cup and for the Premier League and Championship when they return. So if you're the kind of person that gets predictions down below, do sign up. Like I say, all you need to do is sign up to the Patreon and you will be entered into this league. And like I say, when the videos go out, you'll have 24 hours before the game starts to get your predictions for all the games we've predicted down below in the comments. Make sure it's clear I know who you are. If you comment on YouTube under a different channel name to the name you're signed up to the Patreon on, I won't know who you are and I won't be able to add your predictions. So like I say, make it clear who you are, signed up on the Patreon, and when you comment your predictions down in the comments of the predictions videos. I can't wait, guys. It's going to be exciting. Like I say, we've got 14, including myself and Sophie. Get involved. Let's see who comes out on top. The World Cup is less than 3 weeks away. I can't wait for it. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.